I guess welcome to my first YouTube video. Today I'm going to do a tutorial on how to do the FOXY eye lift look that everyone's kind of doing. You can see it a lot on TikToks and stuff. It's basically inspired by Bella Hadid, since she's got like the really kind of like lifted eyelids. So let's just get started. I'm just going to start off by putting a hairband in to get my hair out of the way. This is nothing special, it's just a hairband from Primark. And I'm going to bring my hair forward so it covers my ears, because that's not a good look. I kind of wish that I had started doing this when my roots weren't so bad, but oh well. I don't prime my face, I've never really done it. So I've been using a serum by Nip and Fab. It's the blood pumping dragon one. It's really nice. My skin's it's not the best at the moment. I've got a lot of kind of blemishes. My forehead's kind of broke out, and then I've got sunburn as well because it was really sunny yesterday. So I've got that on my face, and then I've just got the Elizabeth Arden 8-hour balm. If you haven't heard of this, and I can't recommend it enough, this stuff is better than Carmax, better than Vaseline, everything for me, because it stays on your lips for so long. So I definitely recommend this. It's just that there. I got this in my glossy box 2 months ago maybe, and I've been loving it. It's a cream blusher, so I usually start off by putting that on my cheeks before foundation now. I don't know if you can like it. I don't know if it's coming up on the camera a lot, but it just makes it so pink and really peachy looking. So with this eye look, it's all about the temples and just a really kind of defined face. I'm just going to blend it in a bit. Okay, next I'm going to use my soap brows. I love this stuff. And I'm going to brush up my brows if I can find my spoolie. Here it is. So I use Fix Plus. Mine's is running out so bad. I need more, and I just spray a little bit inside. And then I bend the brush kind of like that. And then rub it in loads. And I'm just going to brush my brows up as much as I can. You can see that. So with this look, you want your brows to kind of not curve. You want them to be straight, almost looking up the way. Not up the way, but like, you get what I mean. So you want them to be very like sharp, like you're blowing in the wind. So I try and just get them as flat as I can. I think that's good actually. Yeah, that'll do. So I'll just do the other brow and then I'll come back. That's both my eyebrows done now. I've tried to get them as equally bushy. My eyebrows are not sisters, I'll put it that way. They're more like second cousins. So after that, I start with concealing my eyes, like under my eyebrows first. Like I know a lot of people don't do that, so they'll put the foundation on and then they'll like carve out their brows. I've only just started doing this maybe for the past year. I saw Mama Mitchell do it, and I've kind of just been hooked on it ever since. So I'm using the Revolution Conceal and Define, and this is in C7, in that one. I love this concealer. I really need to get more. I need a lot of new makeup. Sash just came in, so maybe that'll go to good use. So I'm going to just try and get as close to my eyebrow as I can. And then at the end, instead of having it curved like I usually would, I'm just going to try and keep it straight, if that makes sense, like that. And then I'm just going to blend it down. I didn't have a lot of product on there, I only used like a tiny little amount. So I've been wanting to do YouTube for quite a while. I've just never really had the courage. But since lockdown, I don't know where it's came from. Like I started doing TikToks, and then I started making food videos. Like I've got a food Instagram. So now I think I'm like Gordon Ramsay's and Charlie D'Amelio's love child or something. So I've kind of ran out of ideas on what I could do to keep myself entertained, and I thought, why not just start doing YouTube now? I've got quite a couple of ideas of like what I want to do for the channel. A lot of them will be like get ready with me's. I love watching Jamie Genevieve, obviously. Those kind of videos. I'd love to do kind of vlogs as well. Just a bunch of different stuff. Even do maybe some cooking ones, since I've been like doing that on Instagram. You're gonna learn from watching me that I don't have the best of speech. I'm really quite stuttery sometimes. I'm getting better. Making videos has definitely helped, but I think I get really overexcited. I like stumble over my words. I don't mean it, I just do. So as you can see, that's blended down. I haven't done my eyelid yet because I'll do that with foundation and then I'll put powder over on top of it. So that's all done. So the foundation that I'm going to use is the All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation. This is by NARS, and I love this foundation. My colour is a medium free Stromboli, but I use a different tan today. Well, last night, sorry. And it was the Nip Plus Fab one, that one. I got it for free in the order that I done like a couple of weeks ago. So I thought I would try it out. It's quite a light colour. It's like a caramel. It says, so I knew it wasn't going to be dark. Like, it's not going to be like my usual darker than dark. But it's really nice. It's a really kind of glowy colour. When it came out, the nozzle, it was green, and I don't know, like, that reminds me when like my tan's off. So, but I'm actually really impressed with it. It's definitely not like my going out tan. Like, my going out tan's like two layers of darker than dark. So I've got two beauty blenders. I've got a foundation one, and then I've got a concealer one. The concealer one I've got is kind of like more pointy, and you're really lucky because I actually cleaned these today, and you should have seen like the actual nick of them. So I'm just going to put this on the beauty blender like that and just start dabbing it in. This foundation goes on so much nicer with a beauty blender compared to a brush for me. I guess everyone's different. Like, I used to only ever use a brush to put on my foundation. Is that matching? Okay, I'll work with it. What was I saying? So I only ever used to use a brush to apply my foundation, but since kind of changing to NARS, I just think they go on a lot nicer with a beauty blender. Sorry. So I'm just gonna dab all that in. You don't need to use a lot, like a little goes a long way, so I think that was like 2 pumps, or like a pump and a half, and that's done most of my face. I've got a couple of like little pimples on my forehead right now. I think they're mostly from the sun, because I stupidly went out without any sun cream on, and now I've got like proper squashy lines. So the reason that I'm doing my makeup is because me and my pals are doing a bingo night tonight, since obviously we can't see each other because of lockdown, so we've been doing quizzes every Friday or Saturday. I done a scavenger hunt as well a couple of weeks ago, and it was really fun. So over here I just kind of blend this into my eyelid where the lighter concealer is. My Glossy Box gave me 15% off Estee Lauder for my birthday, and I was wanting to get like a darker foundation, so I think I'm gonna get that Double Wear, sorry, because like Double Wear just works for everything. Like, it's such a good foundation. It's been around since like my grandma remembers wearing Double Wear when she was younger. I'd really like to do makeup reviews as well. I've not been inspired by makeup a lot recently, but Rihanna's just came out with cream blushes and cream bronzers, and I was like, that looks so good. So I really want to try them. Okay, and then it's all blended in. This lighting, hold on, I'll sit back here. That's fine. I'm going to do my concealer now. Recently, I saw this on TikTok as well, doing it a different way. So you apply it here, and then you just apply it like that on each side. I feel like I'm going to ramble a lot in these videos. I'm going to try not to, because I can kind of just go on a big tangent. Gonna do my chin, my nose on the end down here, just like the usual places. Yeah, that'll do. Like I said about doing makeup reviews, I feel like a lot of products that have came out, like I've seen it all before. I just kind of want like something new. So that's why I want to do the Rihanna cream blushes and bronzers. So when I do my concealer, I get my Fix Plus. I've got two different Fix Pluses. This one is my favourite one. It's like got the kind of glitter in it. It's got a little ball and you shake it up because all the glitter kind of like sticks. So I just spray my concealer beauty blender. Just a little spray my face as well. See, this foundation literally looks good on anyone's skin, I swear. And then I'm just going to start tapping it in. The reason for putting the concealer up here is because, like I said, everything's in the temples. So you want your face to look really high and lifted. Like, you can kind of see a difference in that already, where I've put that. I don't know if this lighting's okay either. I was going to use my ring light, but then I just kind of made like a dressing table recently. You can see that on my TikTok. I recently made that, so I got lights that come like to go with it. And they're really, really good. They were like £14 off eBay. But I don't know if they change colour, so I don't know. Oh, so no, I think that one's the best. See what I'm doing. I feel like I should probably do like a get to know me video as well. Talk about things that I like and like what I do, my job, what if I go to uni kind of stuff. But right now I just kind of wanted to have like a chit chat. I've been dealing with lockdown pretty well. I've not seen my boyfriend or my friends really, or my family. And I feel like that everyone's like that though. But I've really been keeping myself busy. And my family have done really good at keeping everyone busy. I do miss the gym a lot, and I can feel myself putting on weight, or like putting on the weight that I'd kind of like lost from going to the gym again. That's not a big deal. Like, I'm not beating myself up about it because I can't. It's not my fault. Like, I'm doing it at home workouts, but there's nothing that I can really do. I'm just putting a little bit more concealer on my blemishes. I really need to get more of this, or like more colours of this concealer. It blends so nice into this foundation as well. Okay, I think that's all blended in. Next, I'm gonna set my concealer and my foundation. So this is just the RCMA translucent powder. It's quite old that I've had it for so long, but I don't use a lot of powder on my face. So I'm just gonna put it on my beauty blender like that. You especially want to kind of lift it up like that, both eyes. I usually put it on the creases of my nose as well. Sometimes I conceal in there as well, but they're actually doing okay just now. Usually they're quite red. They're mostly red with like hay fever kind of about. Just taking a brush and gonna put it on my forehead, down my nose, chin, and then I'm gonna wipe the excess away. It doesn't look like much just now. It's not until you really get to the eyes, but I'm just gonna show you how I do the face for it as well. Now it's time for bronzing. This is my favourite part. I love putting bronzer on. The two bronzers that I'm going to be using, I use the Becca, Chloe and Malika one, and I'll show it. It's so pretty. I use this for bronzing, and then I use NARS Casino to kind of deepen. So I'm going to start with the Becca one. I'm just going to take a Tarte fluffy brush. It's angled. It doesn't have like a name or anything. It came as a set. They had like a big discount. I'm pretty sure it was meant to be like £50 and I got it for like 18. So this is angled, that's why I use it for my bronzer. Right, like I said, how it's mostly in the temples. You can kind of see my like cheekbone here. I'm going to try and apply the bronzer above where my cheekbones are and blend it up. My baby hairs are going to go crazy. So I think you could probably tell, like, I bleached my hair myself. Well, not really myself, but my mum helped me. And I kind of frazzled like bits of my hair, so I kind of regret it, but it looks cute. I was just following one of the like TikTok trends again. So I always use a really light hand when doing this. Don't worry, like I'll brush my brows and like after this, I just kind of get them in place first for when I'm doing the concealer under. So you can see that I'm doing it like an upwards motion because I want my face to look really pulled back. I'm not going to bring the bronzer down here as much, just a little bit. So you can see that's kind of like made a difference already. This palette is so worth getting as well. I don't use the highlighter in it as much. I'm going to move this, hold on. Yeah, I don't use the highlighter in it as much, but the blushes and the bronzer in it are absolutely amazing. I never used to wear blush. I think it's so weird looking back at photos how like ghost my face looks. But within like the past like couple of years, blushes became like one of my favourite things to do. Especially like putting it on your nose, like a little bit on your nose, like not too much. You're probably wondering, but I don't bronze with like a lot of product. Like I don't just start packing it on, like I do it in just like tiny little bits. I'll show. So I literally tap it like a tiniest little bit. And I just in circles with a light hand. Bring it down just a little bit. It's looking okay. And then I'm going to do my forehead as well. Not a lot on my forehead. I hate when my forehead like looks really mucky. I used to use a bronzer. And it was by Too Faced. And I'm not saying Too Faced brands like bad, because I've got another bronzer by them that's absolutely amazing. But I got this one and it just makes me look so cakey and like mucky. I think that's okay. Right, I'm going to use the same brush and I'm going to go in with the NARS bronzer. I'm going to suck in. I'm really kind of applying with the brush like that. So it's not really at the tips, it's more on the denser bit. It looks quite harsh on camera, but I promise it doesn't really look like that in person. I'd love to know like what other looks you would like to see. I'm trying to like keep talking, but suddenly like my mind's went blank of everything that I was going to start saying. I'm feeling a bit more comfortable now though. I was super nervous to start this. I was like proper shaking and stuff. The playset that I'm wearing is actually just from Primark and I'm pretty sure it was only like £15. I'm gonna use this brush. This is a Spectrum brush. I love these brushes. This is A06. I'm just gonna put a tiny little bit I'm gonna contour down my nose. Personally, I'd love to have Bella Hadid's nose, because who wouldn't? But this'll do. And then I take my foundation, I just pat over it really lightly. Don't know if that. And I apply quite a lot here. I don't know if you can really see that on the camera. I just like a tiny little bit. Kind of bring it under my brow as well. It's okay. I might do a little bit on my jaw, just to kind of blend down my foundation, because I don't know how well this is matched, because it usually matches my other tan really well, but I don't know how much it has this time. Okay, so next is blush, and this is Deep Throat by NARS. It's one of my favourite blushes. It's so like peachy and nice. And then I mix a little bit of like the blushes in with the Becca palette. So I'm just going to take it. And for this, I'm not, usually I would apply my blush like right here. I'm going to try and apply it more near the temples. This blush is so nice because you can really build it up. Like if you just want kind of like a subtle blush, then you can. But you can really intensify it as well. I like using eyeshadows as blushes as well, because they're so pigmented. You've got to be careful because sometimes it can just look a bit much. That's enough on for that. And I'm going to use this one of the Becca. That is Dusted. Tap in that just a little bit because these are really pigmented. They're quite glittery though. That's why I don't really use it as much as a blush. It's more like a topper. That's fine. I've used the excess and just kind of put that on my nose. Looks fine. The palette that I'm going to use for my highlighter and for the eyeshadow is the Carnival XL Pro palette by Stacey Mooney and Be Perfect. This is my new favourite palette. Like, I love it so much. It's so pretty. And then these are the highlighters down here. There's just so many colours in it. Like, I like how you've got kind of like more, a more neutral here. And you've got hundreds of bright colours. These blend so well. So I'm just going to take my highlight brush. Oh, the brush that I use for my blush is just one of the Tarte ones again. It was the one that came in the set. And then this is the little highlighter one. And I'm going to mix Fair Play and Gold Luxe together. And yet again, like, I feel like I'm just repeating myself. I'm only really going to apply it here where the temples and kind of bring it to my brow bone as well. So you want it to kind of look like a C shape. Can you see that? Yeah. Like that. So it makes you look really, really lifted. I promise I'll get to the eyes eventually. You can just skip all past this if you know how to put like foundation and stuff on. Right. And then I'm going to put a little bit on the nose. Just right on the end. And I've started doing this right here. I saw this on Mimi Mitchell as well. he puts the highlighter, instead of it doing like down the way, he just puts it here. And I just think it looks so nice. It just makes it look a bit different, I don't know. I'm going to put a little bit in the corners of my eyes. Here. And quite a lot above my lip. For my eyes, I'm going to start off with the basic in this palette, that one right there. And I'm going to take a Spectrum B04. This brush is really good because it's really angled. I'm going to clean up a little. Maybe not. Yeah, that wasn't a good idea. My foundation's like on the floor now. Okay, so I'm just going to take that. It's like a nude, but it's got a lot of kind of pinkish undertones. It matches your skin colour really well. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start creating the angle that I want my eyeshadow to go. I'm going to tap it off a little bit. So I'll blend this in. So you're going to just create a line and you're going to bring it down like that. This is just kind of like the basic part for it. Like you'll add in the darkness, but this is what kind of makes it blend together. So with this, you want everything to be on the outside of your eyes, and you want barely anything kind of in the middle and then to the inner corner. So I'm just going to start packing that on. Kind of like a cat eye. But you do want it just to be like really lifted. And then I'll show you a trick that I've started doing for this look with my eyelashes. I'm just going to bring it a little bit onto the middle of my eye, if that's what it's called. I'm definitely not saying I'm a professional. I don't really know anything about like skincare, or I never like went to college and done makeup. I've just kind of like, I just like doing it. It looks really harsh right now, but I'll blend it out. So this is good for like doing it under the eye. So you kind of want it, you don't want it directly where the corner is. You want to kind of bring it down a little bit. I feel like I'm not explaining this as good as I thought I was gonna. To be honest, I don't think this video is going to be as good as I thought it was going to be anyway. Right. So I'm just going to build that up, and then I'll come back and show you what it looks like when it's built. Kind of built it up as much as I want, and then I'm going to take this B03 Spectrum brush and I'm just going to buff it out and bring it up more like that. Blend it all out. So it doesn't look a lot right now, but once it's all kind of finished, it'll really come together. So even if you want to bring it into the highlighter, like, that's totally fine. Yeah, that's okay. So that's both eyes done and blended. What I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to take my bronzer again. I'm going to take this Spectrum brush. It's my favourite. I can't actually tell you what number it is because I've used it that much. I'm just going to dust it off. And I'm actually going to start applying it into the crease of my eye. Just a little bit. I'm just going to help extend the look of my eye. So see how you can see it more blended in into the crease. Okay. Next, I'm going to take the colour Hall. So that's the one down from Basic. I'm going to use my Spectrum A12 brush. Put that back there. Dab it in. And you're just going to focus on the outer corners. And carefully brush it up. And blend it in with the colour that you've already laid. You can see it's starting to kind of like take shape now. You can kind of see it, so like if I was to pull that up, you'd be like, I feel like it didn't make sense at all there. You want to keep the darkest here, and you don't really want to have anything there. You can, I might try and do it this time, do a little bit of a pointed cat eye, like a cat eye Egyptian kind of look in the corner. You just want it to be a light hand. This isn't really a look that's like really heavy. And you can probably start with that colour, bringing it down just a little bit. Nothing too crazy. So I'm just going to do the other eye now. I'm quite happy with how that's looking. I'm going to take this brush again and just kind of brush it up the way. So that's my other eye done. You can see it already, the way it's kind of making my eyes more up the way, considering like they're quite round. Once you're going to put your mascara on as well, I really like this because you can blend it in with the highlighter. I just think it looks so pretty. Like that. Right. And then I'm going to take, here. This is just a little Real Techniques brush. It doesn't really have like a number of sort. And then I'm going to take Institution, which is the one below there. And I'm going to kind of mix, nah, I'm not going to mix it yet. And just carefully pat that in. If you start to get a little bit of fallout, then that's okay. I'm going to take the brush that I started off with, kind of blend it together. Looks a bit weird because you're literally, it's like all at the end of your eye. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to try and put a tiny little bit here. And point it. Like that. I'll go over this with like a darker colour. But you can really see what I mean by like a fox eye now. If you get a wee bit of fallout, just take the same brush that you used for your translucent powder and just kind of quickly brush it away. I'm going to go back in with my big blending brush. Just make sure I don't have any harsh lines, and then I'm going to go back in with this brush and join it together. Like that. So I'll do the other eye and then I'll come back on and then I'll show you like darkening it up. So that's both eyes done now. I'm going to take the same brush and I'm going to use lights out, so that's kind of a black. I'm just going to carefully, really carefully apply it here. I'm going to blow it off and do this tiniest line I can to the corner of my eye. You want to try and keep this line as thin as like possible. Do another eye. I'm just going to take this and blend it out. I might try and do it with like a little bit of black eyeliner in like the corners as well. I'm going to take Basic again and just kind of run it over. Like that. It looks really silly right now, but I promise, like, once the eyelashes on, it looks so nice. Okay, I'm happy with that. So I'm going to take my NYX matte liquid liner. I really like this one because the little brush is so thin. I'm just going to wipe it off as much as I can. I'm going to try and draw. And then drag it up. So it looks like that. That's actually turned out better than I thought. I'm kind of impressed. But yeah, mark up on this one. I kind of did, but I'll fix it. Actually looks okay. Right, so I'm just going to do it under my eye. The A12 brush. Take basic. Run it under. I'm not going to go anywhere near the corner of my eye. I'm going to try and leave like a little gap. Then I'm going to take Hall. Under. And then I'm going to take Institution. This is all on the same brush. I really need to buy like new makeup brushes. Ones that you can actually see like the name on. Like that's it. So you can see already like my eye shape's like basically completely changed. I think I'm happy with how it's turned out. I've only ever done this once. I think that's turned out okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to curl my lashes. I don't understand how people, or like why people don't curl their lashes. Because it totally makes a difference. Like look at that. I've got quite like long eyelashes as it is. But I can never go, like I can never just apply mascara straight away. And then the mascara that I'm going to use Roller Lash. That is like my go-to mascara. I won't use any other. I really need a new one. Like this is so dry. Look. Just gonna apply it. That. Oh, see, it's just such a nice mascara. If you've never tried it, I totally recommend it. I think I've been using this for like since it came out, maybe. Don't know how long ago that is. Look at me trying to like do mascara without making an ugly face. I'm just gonna apply the mascara on my bottom lashes as well. And I was like just looking. I think I've decided I'm gonna actually put more blush on. But I'm gonna use a colour from the eyeshadow palette. I'm gonna use the colour Foolish, which is this little peach one here. And you need to be really careful when you do this. It's so pigmented. I like that better. Give it a little bit on my nose. Decided I'm going to actually bring it down a little bit because I hate when I look so like bare in this area. I'm going to apply a little bit more highlighter as well. If I can find my brush. Because I've been like brushing so much with the eyeshadow, it's kind of came off a bit. And then I'm just going to take my bronzer brush again. But I'm going to go in with the Becca one. I'm just going to blend it all together. Put a little bit more on my nose, chin. So that's how it's looking right now. And then I'm going to apply my eyelashes. So for me, the best ones for this look is TL9s because they're so wispy at the end. And what you're going to do is when you're applying it, I'll probably apply my eyelashes off camera because it's not a nice experience to watch. Is you're not going to want to put them in the corner of your eye. You're going to want to have them kind of here. And then when you're applying it at the end, you're not going to put it all the way down. You're actually going to lift it up, if that makes sense. So it would look like that almost. I'll just apply it and show you what I mean. While my eyelashes are like setting, I forgot to say that I'm going to put a little bit of Pillow Top, which is this white one here. And I'm actually going to apply it on under my eye, like that. And I'm going to pat a little bit above my eye as well. Kind of just where that bronzer was. So you can see it's kind of opened up the eyes a little bit more, made it more like cat eye, since I've got the bronzer at the top and then that bit there. So that's the eyelashes on. What I was meaning is I don't glue it down to the corner of my eye. I kind of glue it up the way, so they don't look roundy, they look more straight. And then I'm just going to finish off by doing my lips. So I'm going to use the Rimmel. I didn't mean to get this, like I was in Asda and I was looking for like a dark brown kind of lip liner. I can't remember what, I think this is like mocha or something, or cappuccino, sorry. And I wasn't really fussed about it, but then when I've started using it, it's became like one of the only things I use on my lips now. As of now, I kind of change it about a lot. So I'm going to lip line with that and kind of blend it in. I like making my Cupid's bow really, really prominent. Blend that in. See, it looks really quite dark right now. And then I'm going to take MAC Subculture. I'm going to run that over to kind of lighten it. And then the lipstick I'm going to use is Honey Love. I'm going to mostly apply that into the inside. Use my finger to kind of blend it together. I just think it looks so nice with this eye look. And then the lip gloss I'm going to be using is by the brand Floss. I got this in my glossy box as well, and it's so good. I've never even heard of the brand, but I'm going to definitely look into it more. I think that's it. So I'm going to fix my hair and then I'll come back and I'll show you like the full look. So here's the finished look. I just kind of finished it by flicking up the ends of my hair. Nothing too special. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed seeing me trying to be a YouTuber now. Obviously it's not going to be the best, like this is my first time doing it, so I probably said a lot and I probably stuttered and I probably rambled about everything, so I will try and get the hang of it a bit more. If you've got any recommendations, I'd love to hear from you. If there's like any makeup looks you want to see or any videos that you've never really seen but get done before and you're curious about stuff. Hope you are all staying safe, and I'll be back soon, I guess.